Hey everyone, today we're working towards Mayurasana or Peacock pose. This is an arm balance, so we're going to be strengthening and opening through the wrist quite a bit today. We're also going to be opening through the back a little, as well as strengthening the back of the legs, the glutes and the hamstrings, because when we do get into the arm balance, we're going to try lift the feet off the ground, so it requires quite a bit of strength through the back of the body. We're not going to go into our asana in too much depth today because this is a short form version of a longer 65-minute class that we have in our Patreon. But if you are curious about trying that full length version where we do properly warm up into this pose, I'll leave the link for you down below and you can check it out there. We're going to start in a seat just to ground into our practice before we begin to move. So sink your hips down onto your heels, close down your eyes, and let's take about 3 to 4 really slow breaths. Breathing in through the nose, breathing a little lower into the belly and the ribs, even up into the upper chest. Breathing out through the nose. Softening any tension that you might be experiencing within the body. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the face. And really pulling your full attention to your breath in this moment. Start to open your eyes. Let's come into a tabletop position. So bringing hands underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. Spread your fingertips really wide here. Okay, this is going to be really important to help give us a wider base of support as we balance on our hands a little bit. Start to take some circles on our wrists. Circling wrist in one direction. And then in the other direction. And then if it feels comfortable, then start to turn your hands maybe towards the sides. And if it feels okay, maybe turning them a little further back towards the knees. You might take a little shift forward and back. Soft bend of the elbows here. This is the position we're eventually going to end up in for our Mayurasana. So we just want to open and extend through the fronts or the back of the wrists. And then sit back on your hips. Shake out through the wrists. Maybe bringing your fingertips in, clasping your hands into fists, and then just kind of flicking the fingers forward. Getting the hands, the fingers a bit more active, the forearms a bit warmer. And then come back to tabletop. See if you can find that hand variation again, where you turn your fingertips to the back or maybe somewhere to the sides. If it feels comfortable, see if you can tuck your toes and hover the knees just off the ground. Shift your weight a little more forward, so that helps to reduce the compression we can experience in our wrists. Lift the shoulders up, away from the ground. Spine is long here, core is engaged. One more slow breath. Lower the knees to the ground, sit yourself back, maybe a little shake out of the wrists again. And then shift your weight forward, plant into the hands, tuck onto your toes, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. You might like to pedal out your feet here, dropping one heel down. And dropping the other heel down. Shifting your body weight from side to side. Again, focusing our attention on our breath. So noticing the inhales, noticing the exhales, which is going to help us remain present as we move our body in our practice today. And start to shift your weight forward. Walk up onto your tippy toes. Step forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Bend your knees quite a bit here to help the belly rest on top of the thighs. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. Maybe you find ragdoll, clasping opposite elbow with the hand. I like to sweep from side to side. Helping to lengthen through the back of the legs, through the back of the spine. Find a moment of stillness. Walk your hands up to your shins. Breathe in as you lift halfway. Lengthen the back. As you exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana. Take 2 breaths to roll up through standing. Dangle the arms down. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. And once you get up to the top, roll your shoulders back and down. Open up through the front of the heart. Squeeze your glutes, a little tuck of the tailbone. Push your feet down into the ground. Make sure you're not locking the knees out. There's a little micro bend of them. Breathe in as you lift your arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, bend your knees, fold forward, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, breathe in, hands come to the shins, lengthen the back. As you exhale, bring your hands to the ground, step yourself back into a plank, hold here. Shift your weight forward, take about 2 to 3 more breaths. Little squeeze of the glutes, tuck the ribs towards the hips. Inhale again, shift onto your toes. As you exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, come down onto your belly. Setting up for locust pose, let's just keep the hands on the ground for the moment. Lift your feet up, squeeze your glutes. Little press of the hands down into the ground to help lift the chest. Try lengthen your toes back. Squeeze the quads so knees come up towards the thighs to help lengthen the leg. But you're also really engaging through your glutes and your hamstrings to extend the hip. Maybe you stay with the hands on the ground or you can reach the arms back. Let's go 1 more breath. Bring your hands down. Push up onto your knees. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. One more breath here. Really lifting your hips up as high as you can. Pushing hands down into the ground. Hovering tabletop, breathe in as you roll yourself forward, knees come off the ground. As you exhale, the right knee pulls underneath the body. You lower your left heel down, flip dog. Right foot steps out about hip width distance in line with the left. Toes turn towards the corner. Lift your hips up, squeeze your glutes. Left hand reaching to the sky. So bring a bit of extension through the hips. 1 more breath. Look down to the ground, left hand comes down, 3-legged dog, right toes sweep high, breathe in. As you breathe out, roll forward, right knee towards the right elbow. Step the right foot outside your right hand. Left knee comes down, setting up for lizard lunge. We've got a few breaths here. If it feels comfortable, you could start to bend your elbows. Maybe they come down to the ground. If they're not quite there yet, you might try bend the left elbow down on the ground first, and then with time, your right elbow could come down as well. If you felt like more, you could tuck onto the left toes, lift the left knee off so it's a bit more active. Really squeezing the right knee towards the right shoulder. One more option is to hover the forearms off the ground. So you're really using the strength of the legs and the core to support the spine here. One more breath. Fingertips come down, shift your weight forward, left toes sweep high, breathe in, standing splits. Breathe out to hold, maybe the right arm comes behind the right calf, anchoring your upper body a little closer towards your right leg. Step your left foot to the outside of the mat, squat, turn your toes out, breathe in as you lift the chest up. Try to think hips in line with knees or maybe a little higher. Exhale to hold. Press the knees out over the middle of the foot. Breathe in as you lift all your way up through standing arms overhead. As you exhale, hands to chest, back into your squat. 2 more times. Breathe in to lift up. Breathe out to bend. 1 more. Come back up, breathe in, turn your toes forward, hands come behind the back, exhale, pull your knuckles down as you interlace your fingertips. Take another breath in. Breathe out, fold. Pull your knuckles forward. Halfway lift, hands to shins, breathe in, lengthen the back. Exhale, bring your hands down, step back into your plank position, hold. 1 chaturanga push-up, breathe in, shift your weight forward. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, push back up. Exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. Locust pose on your breath in, lift the chest. Exhale, maybe the hands reach back. Take another breath in to help extend the spine more. Exhale, come down, push up knees or toes. Coming back into downward facing dog. One more breath. Roll forward, knees hover just off the ground, breathe in. As you exhale, it's your left knee that turns underneath. Land your right heel down, step your left foot in line with the right foot, toes to the corner. Push your hips up, squeeze your glutes. Right hand reaches to the sky. Look down to the ground, right hand comes down, 3-legged dog. Breathe in, left toes high. As you exhale, roll forward, left knee towards left elbow. Step the left foot outside the left hand, lower the right knee down. Back into lizard lunge. So it helps us to get off the wrists a little bit. We also open through the right hip flexors here. The left adductors, inner of the legs. In our full 65-minute class, we also play with another arm balance called Ekapada Kundanyasana 2. And this is a really fun one to play with. And this pose really helps us to prepare for that. You could stay with the back knee down, or you could tuck your right toes, lift the right knee off. Maybe your forearms hover off as well. Come high onto your back toes, 1 more breath. Fingertips come down, shift your weight forward, standing splits. Keep your left foot wide on the mat, breathing in, right foot high. Breathing out, maybe the left hand, left elbow anchors behind the left calf. Can you straighten your right leg, point the toes away, 1 more breath. Right foot steps wide, come into your squat. Lift up, breathe in. Breathe out, hands at heart center. 2 more. 1 more, stay up this time. As you exhale, hands behind the back, opposite hand on top. Breathing in, lifting up nice and tall. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, hands come down, step back into plank. Option this time, if you felt warm enough, bring your knees down. Maybe you flip your hands. This is absolutely not compulsory, but it's going to help us in our Mayurasana, which we're going to try very soon. So if you're taking this option, you might be on your knees or your toes. Make sure you shift your weight forward quite a bit. Exhaling. Inhaling to push up. If you've got your hands flipped, turn them forward. Exhale, come down onto your belly. Shavasana, locust pose, breathing in, strengthen your back. Exhale, hold. Breathe in. Exhale, hands down. This time push up onto your knees, child's pose, hips to heels. And then just start to walk yourself up. So Mayurasana is a pose that I'm still working on. It's not something that I've so-called achieved. And that's okay. It's okay. I think that's the whole point of asana, is that it's the process, it's the journey rather than the destination. And we always have to be a beginner in some way, shape or form. You might press the back of the hands together just to kind of release the forearms. I'll show you how you can kind of get into it and like steps you can take to play with it if you are wanting to do it in your own time, in your own practice. You'll start with your fingertips facing back, and it's a little easier with the palms closer towards each other. It's a little easier if you don't have boobs, to put it politely, because then you can like pull the elbows in to kind of create a shelf, whereas for me I kind of have to go around and in, which doesn't make it as supportive. But you kind of shift your weight forward. You want to stack the elbows on top of the wrist, and then from there you might lift one foot off. That's kind of where I'm at. And then touch down, maybe the other foot lifts off. And then some people can get both legs off. I don't know, this pose sometimes feels a little awkward for me because I just can't get my elbows in enough, so I don't feel like I have that support. But it's really cool to see other people try, and I don't know, it's good to have things to work on, to play with. So feel free to practice in your own time if you wanted to. We are going to move on. We're going to slow things down. And because we haven't done too much hip opening today, we're just going to do that now. So take your feet wide, turn your knees up, and then drop the knees from side to side. Next time your knees are over to the right, hold. Maybe you're on your right arm, your right hand, or you can come to your right forearm. It's up to you. Breathe in as you lift your left hand up to the sky. As you exhale, let's twist. Left hand through to the right. Drop your chest towards the right thigh. 2 more. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out to twist. 1 more. Holding at the bottom, and maybe you kind of stay in this more thread the needle shape. You can also bring both of the elbows down to the ground, still in this twisted position. You can also walk your elbows so that you're more over kind of the center of your shin or even your right ankle. One more breath. Walk yourself up. Let's swap to the other side, lifting the knees up, breathing in, breathing out, dropping the knees over to the side. Left hand comes back, breathe in, right hand reaches high, twist the chest open. As you exhale, thread the needle, right hand through behind the left. 2 more, breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more. And then holding at the bottom, in whatever shape feels good for you here. One more breath. And then rolling yourself up. Shift forward to the front. We're going to lie down onto our back. Grab the hands around the knees, roll yourself down. Maybe you cross the ankles over. If you did feel like a little more, you could lift the chin up. Maybe the hands reach towards the forearms, maybe the elbows. Squeezing the knees towards the chest. And then relaxing the head, letting the legs fall out, letting the arms fall out for Shavasana. Slow breaths here. Relaxing the body. Letting any effort of this practice release. We'll just be here for another minute or 2 as we lie in stillness together. Integrating all the benefits of moving our body, connecting with our breath, and finding a bit more presence within our day. Take a breath in through the nose. Fill out the belly, the ribs, and the chest. Soft sigh out of the mouth. You can stay on your back, or if you would prefer to transition out in a seat, then you might roll yourself up. Lifting up nice and tall. Thanking yourself for moving your body, for strengthening it, for exploring it, for maybe trying something a little new. And all of these benefits ripple out into the rest of the day. You might not see it straight away, but it makes small changes within our body, within our mind, the more we practice. Let's finish with another breath. Breathing in, lifting up taller. Soft side of the mouth. Thank you, my friends. Have a beautiful rest of your day. And remember, if you wanted to try the full-length version of this class, I'll leave the link for it down below for our Patreon account. I can't wait to move and breathe with you again sometime soon. Thank you again.